straight down. Earth from a bird's eye view. You should grow feathers and see this too. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down. Clear
Okay, now that's got it. Just wasn't sure if my microphone was working properly. So g'day once again to another stream. I haven't done one for quite a while, and as a lot of you probably know, we did a fairly long group flight yesterday for Sim Wings, and it was pretty tiring actually, and I wasn't exactly in the mood. But anyway, this time I thought I'd get my friendly MD-80 out and do a flight from a place called ROAH. ROAH is the ICAO code, and it's located on the island of Okinawa. I'm going to fly up to Kensai in Japan. It's on the main island. I think the main island is Honshu. It's about a 2-hour flight. Japan Airline MD-80, as you can see there. It'll be a bit of a foggy old day today. Just go up and have a look at a high up view of this. Now, one thing, this is freeware. Downloadable from the org store. The only thing is there's some modifications over here. I'd say this is a new runway that they've put in, but this particular freeware doesn't model the taxi over to the runways over here, so I'd say it's probably a work in progress. Actually, I'm not quite sure now whether whether this was gateway scenery or not, but anyway, it's not usable. Like I said, it's pretty foggy, terrible weather. And first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up some doors, cargo doors. I'll flick that over to pounds first because that's what I work in. And because the air bridge is not working in this particular scenery, which it doesn't seem to do in a lot for the MD-80, so we'll open the door, we'll deploy the stairs, we'll open the cargo doors. We'll have a quick look outside, make sure that's organised. Now, I do have jar design handling, but it's not in the plugin because I did an update, not to the beta though, just a normal update, and I removed some of my plugins, and I quite frankly haven't put it back yet. Okay, let's go inside and start a few things up. Parking brake should be set. We put the battery on. We'll get our position lights. Emergency exit lights come on. And so there's no smoking. We'll get up the GPU and fire that one up. Got to have our start pump on. Now before I start the APU, because we've got some power to the aircraft, I'm just going to do some safety checks. I'll move this out of the way, and the first one we're going to do is this test here. Okay, so much for that one. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a fire test. I think I've got this worked out. What we've got to do is we've got to put this one to A, that one to A. Let's see if I got it right. Come down here and push this. Okay, so that's our test for that one. You've got to do the strange sort of a loop thing. Okay, so that comes back to both. This one goes to B, and this one here goes B, and I think it should work. G'day, flight surgeon, how are you? Yeah, got that right. So back him off to there, and that off to there. Okay, so that's out of the way. The next thing we can do is get the APU up and running. Flight surgeon, can you hear me okay? I've had to do some fiddling around with my mic. While that APU is firing up, I'm going to put in my fuel. Actually, now that that AviTab is in the cockpit, to turn it on, you've got to find this little hidden, invisible switch. This one here will get rid of the AviTab. And if you don't know where to click it here, you can search it. So to switch him on, you've got to find that little spot there. I think I've got some maps in here, and I think, no, not maps, what am I doing? What was it? I put the charts in, and I've already got the chart here from SimBrief to fill in all our weights, etc. So let's go over to the next page, and fuel for all tanks. That'll be the block fuel. That should be down here. So 23554. end of that. Payload, I think's on the next page. Probably the one after that. There we go. Come on. No. There it is. 39.3. Where are you? There, 39.3. So go down here. So it's 39300. Flight surgeon, that updater. I think if you download the plane again, the aircraft again, you'll get it. But you can actually download it as a separate item, which is what I did. And then you've got to go through all the rigmarole of putting your serial number and all that in. Okay, next thing we've got to do is go back, because it'll be on this page here. It should be. Making a lie of me again. I think it's the next page. Where's our trip fuel? Ah, damn it. Should come in a bit closer. Where are you, trip? There we go. It's 12062. Enter it. Just look at our landing weight here. It's always, well, it's a good idea that figure there is below the maximum landing weight. But obviously, if it's a long trip, you're probably going to burn off a lot of fuel, and that's not going to matter. But from the start, I like to make sure that this figure is slightly less than that one. Okay, so we go back to now, and we can start loading the fuel. Expedite it. You can't sit and wait for it to, for example, the passengers will take you 8 minutes to do, but let's expedite it. Right, and I'll leave this up because now we're going to put on our APU generators. We dismiss the GPU and we can turn the buses off there. Okay. Alright, he can go out of the way. I've got that assigned to a key on my joystick. And what we're going to do is put our HP bleeds on. Come on, fellas, come on. The galley can now come on. We do our windshield anti-fog and our anti-ice. We now start again. It should be 2 clicks. 1, 2. 1, 2. Your damper can come on. Normally logo light could come on too, but it's not dark. Not going to worry about it. Fan can come on. Cabin pressure is automatically organised, but let's just do our cabin over for the temperature. It's what there now. And it's pretty low. That should rise because it is now. It automatically adjusted, so should start. Yeah, look, it's starting to come up, so it's just automatically done for it. Okay, now let's go down and set our altimeter, and to do that, I've got active sky up, and we go to the briefing, and here's a detailed weather for Romeo Oscar Alpha Hotel. It looks like we've got 10 knots of breeze at 10 degrees of wind direction, 40 knots of breeze, 6,000, we've got some scattered at 5, broken at 10. There's our outside temperature 19, dew point 18, QNH 1016. Candidate runways for landing based on winds 36 left or 36 right. Now, like I said before, we can't use 36 left because it's not modelled in that scenery. So we just stick to 36 right. It's a parallel runway, so the SID will probably be the same. So we'll go for 1016. Make sure that's spot on. Come on, come on. Okay, now we're supposed to do what's called a fuel reset, which is a little button here. I'm not quite sure how that's supposed to work because, oh, there, something moved there. So it's supposed to reset the fuel readout. We should now get one of our two of our hydraulic pumps up and running on low. They'll go to high later when the engines are running. And transponder, we're going to leave that at 2 and just put it in standby. I'm not using ATC. In fact, last time I looked, they weren't even on. And not too often you see ATC in this around this area. Alright, now we've got that far, we can now go and do our FMC, FMS, FMC, take your pick. And the reference gate of the airport is, where are we? Romeo, Oscar, Alpha Hotel. Okay, get rid of that first. Romeo, Oscar, Alpha Hotel. It's a pretty easy FMC to program actually, and it works. I've never had any real problems at all with it. Our destination at Kensai is it's Romeo, Juliet, Bravo, Bravo. Activate that. Alright, we're going to use the company route, care of SimBrief. So Romeo, Juliet, Bravo, Bravo. And let's hope this works, which it does. Sometimes when you do that, the destination jumps out and you're left with a blank spot. That's the only thing I notice that sometimes happens. So we'll activate that and go to perf in it. Now we can't execute until the IRS is aligned. Once all this is activated, then we can hit the execute button. And because we've already loaded the fuel and the passengers, expedited that, if we just push these buttons, it'll just propagate by itself. I'm going to have a reserve there of 3. Cost index was SimBrief doesn't supply you one for Mad Dog for some reason, but I believe it's anywhere between 1 and 100, so take your pick. 30 today. Altitude 330. Now sometimes if you're overloaded, not overloaded but heavily loaded, it won't like SimBrief's altitude. G'day, g'day, I'm just looking over here. G'day Captain, how are you? Rye Williams, thanks guys for jumping in. I'm a little bit rusty with the Mad Dog, but it'll all come back to me. Now where was I? Yeah, where was I? Okay, I said if the SimBrief altitude doesn't suit because the aircraft may be a little bit heavy, it'll let me know down here. So let's put it in 330. See what it says. There you go. It doesn't like 330. We've got to be flying odd, so that basically means it's going to be 310, which it should accept. Now the cruise wind I got for 330 may not apply to 310, but let's not make a big deal about it. We'll go for what SimBrief gave me for that flight level, which is 275,062. And the outside temperature at 33 was minus 43, which I'll use. Transition altitude. Okay, let's I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's definitely not 18,000. Well, it might be. Let's have a look at what am I doing outside? Where did I put the? No, don't mind me, fellas. I haven't put a num key over to the new Avi tab, so I have to hurry this along, otherwise we'll be sitting here for hours. Okay, go back there, go to the airport, let's go Romeo Oscar Alpha Hotel, enter, there's all your details there. Yeah, so they're only showing the two runways, not 36 right, 36 left. That was the weather update. I'm going with Active Sky. I'm not going to use that one. Okay, let's have a, while we're here, we'll get up the, right, William. Gee, you're not far from me. Only about 400 kilometres away. Let's have a look at the airport here. Now let's see where they got two runways. Oh yeah, they do. Okay. You know what, guys? I'm as blind as a bat today, so I can't see the transition altitude here. So I'm going to cheat. I've got a little nav map up, and you just have to look at it and transition up. There you go, 14,000 feet. How about that? Captain Bombasso, g'day. Bit of a change today from yesterday with all that GA stuff, isn't it? Okay, let's go back and get our mind on what we're doing. So that's got to go to 4 and 1, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we go to takeoff. Now, I'll bet you anything you like, we're aligned. There you go. So we are. So I can execute that. Outside temperature. Well, I think it was 19, wasn't it? But it'll show it up here. Oh, there we go, 19. And my memory's not that bad. Okay, so that goes 19. Right, so takeoff reference. Oh, I don't want that. Get lost. Yep, coming back here, takeoff references are all in there. Of course, the one thing that's not in there are your V1, VR, V2. We've got our flexes, EPR, and here's our gross weight, and we've also got our centre of gravity. But to fill this out, there's two ways to do it. You can use the rotate, what do you call it, V-speed document, or you can wait until your flaps are down and then just hit these buttons. But I try and do the old school way. You can execute that, by the way. So if we're looking at 140.8 as the gross weight in pounds, and looking at my little chart, the next one up is 141. I'll have to bring that over one day, you can have a look at it. V1 is 139. VR is 144. And V2 is 15. Ooh, that's 152. She's a bit heavy, I'd say. Oh, hang on, I messed that up, didn't I? That was 152. There you go. Execute that again. Let's look at our departure, right? Now here's our, here we go. See, we're showing 4 runways when in fact this particular scenery just doesn't have it. but I'm going to go for 3/6 right, and let's have a look. We'll go back over it. I must do a key over for that damn thing, so I can just come. Actually, I might even do it now. Bit of an angle, isn't it? Let's see, what say I assign that to that one. Okay, go back to here. Go back to here, let's go for our departures. We're going to go north, and I think Kisner was in the, let's go back, Kisner, let's have a look at Kisner. There we go, that works better. Let's have a look at Kisner. So here's our app. See, it shows two there, but we only got one in our X-plane, so it's up here. There's Kisner, and then we'll be slipping off to wherever we're going. So Kisner looks like the SID to definitely use. So we'll hit that. I'm not going to worry about any transition. Yes, let's go by the book again. Kisner, UGAF, Amar, see if we can remember any of those. They're all Japanese. Don't you like that one? A Waypoint Mad Dog. We'll do this again. 36 right, Kisner. No, I don't remember them. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just go straight to our legs and go straight UGAF up here. And we'll just slip over and have a look at our modes. There we go. Yeah. We're going to do our steps now. Execute, eh? That's better. All the way up. And we worry about our stars when we get up and running. I don't like to put mine in sitting on the ground, because theoretically, yeah, you could program something and then find the winds change direction. You've got to go through it all again. There's the steps. Looks pretty good to me. Alright, so when FMS is all done, let's get this baby up and running. Alan, g'day Alan, long time no see. No hear, no see. Next thing, what am I going to do now? I've got to put the APU bleed on. We actually flick off one of the HB bleeds for the moment. We next duck down here and do our pneumatic cross feeds. They go on. We can actually, what can we do next? I think if I remember right, you've got to close the doors. Let's go outside. I didn't put the rear stairs down, which I could have. Okay, let's close that forward door and retract. Is it working? There you go. Pop in, door closed. And we've got to now come round. There we go. Time to close them. Blue Collar Pilot, hello. Nice to see see you here. And nice to see me streaming. Thanks a lot. It's been a while. I think about a month since I've streamed anything. Alright, so our doors are closed. I think next we've got to hit the old galley off. Put our fuel pumps on already. even that one's already, I switched that one on earlier, that supplies fuel to the APU. And if we go down and just check to see, well, I know we will be using the centre tank because it's a fair distance to go. So both of those lines come on. Make sure that our hydraulic pumps are down to on low, and we put our transfers on now. I think centre yep. I think that both, if I remember right, both of these now come off. Position and strobe lights now come down. They won't switch on until the wheels come up. Something about the Mad Dog that no one else has got, as far as I know. And we're going to put our anti-collision lights on. I'll put the transponder over to XPDR now. That one. Okay, things are looking good there. Battery charger. And the enunciator panel's only showing what? Rudder. Oh, that thing always comes on. Okay, now here we go. MCP. We've got to turn the flight directors on. That one comes on. This one automatically comes on for the first pilot, for the first officer. Our maximum bank angle we've got to set to 15. And while I think about it, I'm going to put the seat belts on. Let's assume everybody's on board. And next thing we then do is we're going to put our heading track in. And what's that? Let's have a look. So I'm going to go 36 right, and it's 002. Now you can either drag this or you can scroll it. Got to just get those little arrows. Departure altitude, what was it, 14,000, wasn't it? I'll put 14,000 because that's transition height. And again, that one you've got to really drag. Departure altitude I'm set with. Now I've got to do my speeds. Now you do not put, well, you can if you want, but I believe most real world pilots enter 250 knots there rather than V1, and of course 250 knots is normal climb out speed anyways, or maximum climb out speed with a lot of airports. Alright, looking around outside, who else we got? Just checking the chat. Right, Alan, finally got a moment to check your stream out. I've been learning these days a lot. A lot to learn with this baby, isn't there, eh? But I must admit, I've really got a soft spot for this aircraft. That I've got the 727 as well, but oh, that's even a bit harder, I think. Anyway, no. Nothing but the Seaver or the crappy X-Plane default FMC. All right, back to business. I'm going to be going down over there to 36 right, which means she's got to come back and turn this way. Okay, here we go. Better push back.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
I recognise that voice. Quite a turn here, look at that. You reckon I'll get it around? That is a turn, isn't it? Back him up just a little bit.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Oh, very nice of you. Okay, I'm preset the ignition switch over to system 1 for starters, right? Now, what I normally do now to fill in, make sure things are done properly, this is the time I like to do the long trim. And what we do there is we go to the menu, because we've got to go back to takeoff, and there's our centre of gravity that we've got to enter. Oh, right, so next thing. Oh, he's coming anyway. Oh, okay. Didn't order him to come, but he decided to. So we've got centre of gravity at 8. So that goes in here.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Okay. I'm going to use flaps 11. So we've got a long trim between 7 and 8. So let's bring it down. You can see it moving here. Alan, you're going to school, huh? School. Okay, now we've got to get that spot on. That little notch has got to match the green absolutely dead on, or Betty will get upset. We now go over
Welcome
here.
aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
All right, I will. And I'd say we are in fact ready to go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
I think, if I remember right, I've got to, they're both off, so it should work. This is what can get you in a lot of trouble. If you don't have those HP bleeds on properly. Let's try. Good. Now we should start to see a spool up. There we go. Oh, I know something I didn't do that I should have done. Now, can I still do it? And that's to flex up. Let's see if I can flex it. Yep, I can. I'm going to flex it to 45. And what we've got to do, of course, is we've got to disconnect this one, the auto thrust for takeoff. That's it. And I'll bet you now I can introduce some fuel. Yep, she's 22. There we go. Everything's rising and one's coming up. Now I don't hit the second engine until I hear the buses kicking. There it is. So that means we can start this engine. It's coming in. Let's have a look what's happening outside. Have a look, see how we go into 18, coming up 19. $20.21. Start her up. And we'll hear those buses kicking again. There they go. Right, we can turn this thing off. Well, and the engine start switches can come off because we don't need them anymore. The APU bleed can come off. We can take these off because we got engine power.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
I will.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
So we've got to get our APU off now altogether. These should go off by themselves. Gully can come on. We've got to set this for the pitot. And our hydraulic pumps go to all the way up to high. We've got to get rid of these fellas down here. Oh, they come down. What am I doing? And our HP's now come over to auto. Not easy to remember all of this. I do use a checklist to the side for some
And we're
items.
disconnected. Signal and pin on the left. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
So we're on the speed brake. Let's see, I think we just got to do a few more things here. This has got to go on to RTO. We've got to go over to TARA. Seat belts are already on. Let's put our nose light to dim. Let me put our timer on. And we can now check our flight controls. That's our pedals, our brakes are okay. We can put our transponder to above. We can arm the auto brake. Flaps down. Oh, actually, what I'll do, and just to show you, this is what has caught me out before. Actually, too, that's something I haven't done is the weather radar. Is if you don't have your flaps down, you get the warning. Okay, brake, brake. Okay. Watch this. It's hard to understand it, but what she's saying is flaps. I didn't put my flaps down. So if I do that, 1, 2, she should be quiet. Oh, she isn't. Shut up, Betty. Yeah, it looks like she's settled down now. Okay, what else have I got to do? Let me think. Yeah. EP limiter. We're going to go for flex takeoff, so push that button. Now, our annunciator up here is, what's it showing? Is there anything up there? Oh yeah, see that's that automatic, what do you call it? It's inoperative. That's a switch I clicked down here before. That's for your auto reverse thrust. That's it. ART, automatic reverse thrust. I've got it off because we're flexing. Alright. Looks like we've got a bit of wet runway there, haven't we? Okay. Bit of a long taxiway, I'd say. Oh yeah. So once you finally get through all of that rigmarole and start the taxi from now on, it shouldn't be too hard. There's a number of techniques for taking off in this aircraft or departing in this aircraft. I tend to use the easy way out, but I have tried a couple of flights by using indicated airspeed and setting the vertical speed. And of course this doesn't have the word LNAV, it's actually called nav track, and that's the one there. And this is where it all appears, at the enunciator panel. At this moment it's just showing just some headings, but they don't really mean much at this stage. I suppose 45 is probably what speed I'm doing at the moment, I assume. We can just go down here and make sure that our execute button is okay. We can take it back over to our legs page. Hey Alberto, thanks for dropping in, mate. Alright, now we're getting close. What we do is we flick that over to both for the ignition. Let's have a look. Do I need to do it now? Oh, slow down, spec. Yeah, I'll put the nose light onto bright. I believe that Rotate will even update this aircraft even further. Not quite sure what they got in mind, but I think they're going to do something.
Approaching 3-6.
Oh, haven't heard her voice for a while. Yeah, she just calls it 3-6, you see. So 3-6 right, 3-6 left. Okay, let's line her up and we can turn these on.
On runway 36.
Alright, we're ready to go, fellas. Lift her up in the EPF to about 40. Hit the toga button. Throttle's all the way forward. And she's a bit heavy today, so now we can put on the auto throttle. Airspeed's alive. Oh, look at that helicopter on the right. What happened to him? Okay, coming up close to V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. There's our magenta line. Have a look outside quickly. I'm a bit offline, but it doesn't matter. Using a bit of manual trim. Look at her go. Nose down a bit. Okay, what we can do now is flick over to here and we put on nav track. We then put autopilot on, and then we go to climb. Watch our speed, flaps up. 1. Check outside. Flaps all the way up. So we've got nav track on. Take off, we're still going, we're on climb mode. We can now, what height have we got? Oh, 2,000 feet. We can go to VNAV. So we've got VNAV climb, nav track for LNAV. It's our speed, which is coming up, and the FMS is on EPR. Good. Easy. And we're following the course. There we go. Wasn't so hard, was it? But if you get that takeoff right, it's very satisfying. But I noticed that at the start, and I was the same, you get up in the air and she starts screaming at you, it can really scare you. And you're looking at it and saying, what the hell did I do wrong? Look at that. Not real good weather, is it? And we're climbing. Let's have a look here at the speed we're climbing at. 3,000 feet a minute. I bet I may as well do this now. Let's go up to set up our cruising height. $31,000. Yeah, look at this. And there's the 250 climb out, which should match our, there we go, see? So we're expected to stay at 250. Ah, boy, another 70 nautical miles. That's a bit odd. Doesn't look like until we get to Amami that we can whack it up to Mach 0.75. How long is the flight, Blue Collar? I think it's about 2 hours, mate. Here we go, look. Look at it, still climbing. That's why it doesn't take long, you know, to go through this Santa tank. You'll find that it'll chew that up in no time. Okay, we've got to do a little bit of a check here. Got to make sure we're on this climb mode here in the enunciator. Well, what do they call it? The EPR panel, I think it's called. But I'll wait till we get up. Oh, there we go. That'll do. 10,000 feet. We should be turning. Okay, what we can do now is we can turn off the lights. And just check a few things. The oh, that's dark, isn't it? That can go back to off. And our ignition switch should come off. We've got to retract the speed brake. And we can turn our hydraulic transfer pumps to off. Not quite sure what this override thing's about. And I suppose there's no reason why we can't let our passengers get up and walk around. Now again, that enunciator panel is showing the the ART is inoperative. Well, we've lifted up, so there's no reason why we can't put this fellow back. And there we go. You can see we're chewing through the juice here. The cockpits are looking a little bit on the dark side, so let's light things up. Sake. And didn't James Bond say that it should be served at room temperature? I'd come to say, I don't think I've ever tasted it. I know I've had plenty of tastes of vodka and schnapps, whiskey, but I don't think I've ever tasted rice wine. Probably tastes like shit anyway. Climbing nicely, here we go, we're past our transition height. Now change that and everything else automatically is slaved, even first officer. And his little mode switches are over here. Here's the range. But mine, they're over here, but I've got them assigned to my joystick, like so. And I've got the range assigned as well to a button. Well, it's actually a hat switch. So there you go, at 20, back down to 5. To 160, which is the limit. I usually run at about 40 most of the time. There's a green banana telling us when we're going to get to our cruising height. And everything's looking peachy. Now just tell me something, guys. I'm looking at my stream on the YouTube channel, and everything says excellent condition. All the settings seem right, but the aircraft that I'm seeing, my aircraft, is only taxiing at the moment. So can you guys confirm that you're seeing me climbing up to altitude? Right now, according to the altimeter, I'm at 18,000 feet. So surely you guys aren't seeing me taxiing. Big D1, I missed saying hello to you. Thanks for joining us, the stream, guys. Now that the Avi tab is in here, it's a lot handy now. So we don't need that anymore, do we? For the Okinawa or ROAH. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it. ROAH? ROAH? Let's have a look at the map. Oh, thanks Alberto for that. You got to do a lot of fiddling when you're streaming. You got to make sure everything is working. I know for certain one thing that when we departed, let's see if I can show it. Hope you guys can read Japanese because I can't. I think there we go. I think the airport was here. We had to go out this way a bit. We couldn't sort of cut across, and that's because there's a Air Force base down here somewhere. And the US Air Force has got a lot of stuff there, I believe. Yeah, I think. Let's have a look. Yep. See, there's where we departed, and it's showing the second runway. And I think, if I remember right, here it is. I think you know, you got to keep well clear of they get a bit edgy if you start flying over that Air Force base. So that's why we did a little bit of direct diversion out to sea. Where did I go? There I am. Now that's okay as a flight following map. You know, it's okay. But this is the one I use, and I'm going to drag it over. You guys can have a look at it. There it is. So that's a little nav map. And you can see here's, well, it's pronounced Naha, but the ICO code is that. There's the sit out, and you can see that's that Air Force base I was talking about, and you can see the diversion away from it. It could have gone straight out that way, but obviously restrictions apply. And right now, from the magenta line, I think you call it, you can see that it's a flight following for my aircraft. This, by the way, here, this one here, is a AI multiplayer, which I think is generated in X-Plane. But, and here's a helicopter, see? That's an AI helicopter. But what you'll also see here is over here, for example, that's a VATSIM flyer. So you can actually, in little nav map, you can check to see who's up in the air around you. And this is where we're going. Now I've already put in what I anticipate will be the star into Kensai. Over here on the left, it's moving. That's a VATSIM flyer. And if I click on that, you can get all the details, just as you would in Vatastic and X-Pilot. No, not X-Pilot. What's that other one? V-Spy, VAT-Spy. So you can see how handy this program is. I'm probably going to anticipate a runway, what's that, runway 24 right, due to the winds. And what this shows you, of course, is missed approach. But if there was a tower on, of course, they'd probably tell you to follow that. Not bad. G'day, how are you, XP? I hope it's going to be an interesting movie there, XP. Usually if you go watch a movie with your wife, it's probably got to be more along her liking than it is yours. Yeah, so getting back to Little Nav Map, it gives you everything. There is another program, I think it was called EFB, that was available on FSX and was eventually brought over to X-Plane. I used to use it on FSX a lot. It's very similar to this one. But when they brought it over to X-Plane, the price on it was just too expensive for my pocket. And this is free. So Little Nav Map is free. All that stuff at the top can be quite daunting, particularly when you start it up. But once you get to learn the hang of it, it's very handy. For example, if I zoom in here and right click on that little ball, we get all our information up here. All the arrival procedures, distances, it's just never ending. You can actually go in here and generate a flight plan if you want to, and it will save to yep, see you later, X-Plane. Thanks for dropping in, man. Yes, so if you look up here, these are all the formats it will save in. You name it, it'll do it. Look at this. It'll even do PMDG files, text files for individual aircraft here. Do one for the IXEG, flight factor, Airbuses, all the way down the line. Quality wings. That Mad Dog there is the the P3D version, and not this one. This one, of course, uses the normal FMS 11 flight plans. Very, very handy program to have as far as I'm concerned. One thing you can do is if and this is something that, look at that, can you believe it? A Waypoint Mad Dog. You can see this one, it's coming up the top of climb, and we can check inside, what's it roughly? Oh, it's hard to tell. That's 96, say 20 or 30 nautical miles to top of climb. What you can actually do too is this. You can put in a compass and it shows you where your dotted line, I think dotted line is allowing for crosswind. There's somebody there that's, oh, that's just an AI player. Probably, look at this, we've got 2 helicopters coming in. I bet you they're both AIs. See, there wouldn't be someone on VATSIM. Yeah, so this compass is going to be good if you want to switch over to heading. And say, for example, you wanted to go around the island, come back down, you can use this for a heading, put you on the right track. So what did I say here? We had about 20. I'll get this back out of the way. And let's have a look. See if it says top of climb. There we go. So you can see it's pretty accurate. Let's have a look at that fuel. Yeah, look at that center tank draining. We'll get the old message soon. What's our outside temperature? -16. Okay, let's play it safe. Anti-ice on. Yeah, there's a bit of a crosswind. See that crab angle? Looks like some good weather ahead. And we're nearly there. We'll get a buzz now to tell us we're close to cruise height. What I like to do too is just line up the heading just to be on the safe side. That was 57, so we can, there we go, it's telling us. That should line us up with our heading. Go back out to 40. Check our annunciator all the time. Make sure everything's right. VNAV climb still. That should change over to alt, I think, if I remember right. There's our destination, or our aiming, what do we call it? Our cruise height target. Any second now. What are we climbing at? We're only doing 300. Yep, see now we're 300 feet a minute compared to that departure. Okay, throttle's backing off. EGT is changing, our N1's changing, our EPR. Oh, that's that EPR limit. Yeah, minus 20 outside. There's all our gauges for pressure, oil temperature, oil quantity. Our hydraulics are right. Here we go. Center tank's probably empty. So if we go up here, I bet you we got a warning. There it is. So off it goes, and that disappears. We still got those little lights on here to say that our ice is on. Our heaters are on. Okay, so now we're cruising at flight level 310. Have a look at our speed. Here's our Mach number, 0.756, and climbing to 757. So it should stop in a minute, in a second. Now it's going to go a little bit past. Whoa, what's it doing? Okay, now what we do is we flick over the this over to cruise mode. And we've got to show our transponder direction as normal now, because you can put the engine sync on over to 1 here. And that's it. So it's feet up and relax. And I'm going to have something to chew on. So guys, did you get to watch that group flight yesterday? Oh, damn, this thing went open. See if I've got any in-flight music. I'll have a look at Kensai Airport, eh? That should be the one, I think. There we go. No, that's just the parking. That's better. 24 rights over here. Boy, oh boy. Got a lot of taxiing to do to get over to these terminals. Oh boy. Let's have a look at Active Sky, eh? Check the briefing again. There you go. And there's a change. Now it's 06 left. Well, hang on, where'd it go? Here. So now it's 06 left, 06 right. So, yeah, that's why I don't always whack in the stars. Okay, we'll have to have a look at this. Move this out of the way. So 06 left, 06 right. Well, take your pick. I don't know if we'll come in on 06 right because all the terminals are there. It saves me a big taxi. Alright, let's have a look. You missed the streams, Alberto? Oh, you can watch the replays. It's quite a lot of fun, but like a lot of these group flights, there's aircraft all over the place. It's hard to keep everybody sort of stretched out in an even line. Let's have a look at our arrivals. Go down here a bit further. Becky, Karen, Brave, alright. Becky's our last waypoint. Look at all the Beckys we got. Becky and Candy and Becky and Birth. Geez, I hope there's no more down there. No, look at that. A lot of stars. But then again, big airport. Okay, let's have a look at this one first off. Oh, Black Knight, how are you? Thanks a lot for the ATIS. So, see if it matches up with Active Sky. What do we got? 040 at 10 knots. Yeah, it looks like it does. 040. Oh, where are we? No, that one. Let's come out. Yeah, so 040, that's down this way, isn't it? So that pretty well matches it. Now, let's have a look at our arrivals. Oh, here's Becky down here. Oh, that was a bit of luck, wasn't it? Becky transition, waypoint. Looks like we're going to go Evian, Asami, and take your pick. Looks like you can have either one. We've got a bagel here, and keep all that in mind. Okie dokie dokie dokie. Let's go down here and have a bit of a look-see. See if we can match this up. So, had a mind blank there. What were we going to do? Zero 06 right. Yep. Let's try that again. Yeah, it's going to be ILS though. That's your 06 left, 06 right. We've got Y or Z. Z. Z to you Americans and Z to us English Aussies. So which one do I go for? We're going to try a Y. So I for ILS 06 right. Becca A. Yeah, looks like that's the only Becca we can see. No, transition Gates. Okay, let's go and have a look. We see Gates. That's a familiar name, isn't it, at the moment? As in Bill. We've got no. Well, there's no. That's not it. can't see any gates on here. Well, let's see what happens. There's Janet, Ellen. Oh, Bagel. There we go. I think we've hit it. I think we got the right one. Yep, thanks again, Black Knight. That's the TAFE, is it? That's showing 030 at 8 knots, which is what we want. So QNH, let's have a look. QNH 1007 there. We'll see how that compares with active sky, eh? Close, eh? 006. That's not bad. Alright, here we go. We're going to go over to our mode. That's the one. Take it out a bit further. And let's see some of our steps, eh? I just got a message up. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So guys, it says there might viewers will experience some buffering. Don't ask me why, but I should mention that I'm not running the beta version, by the way. I'm stuck to what is it, 14.1. My frame rate's 26. Yeah, I'm 27. That can't be the problem. It's OBS. The look of it's showing a red block. Hopefully it gets better. Can't do much about it. I'll just continue on with this. I might stretch that out a bit, down to 5 nautical miles. Should be pretty well much like a straight in. There we go. And there's our missed approach, a go around. I'd say that looks pretty good. I'll go with that. So that's good. Here's our speeds. This is typical of Mad Dog. It's got fairly high approach speeds. You're not far out, although from Janet down to the run is 11 nautical miles. So yeah, that's not bad to be 213 knots at 11 miles out. That looks good. Let's have a look at our progress. Top of descent's another 257 nautical miles. So let's have a look at our VREFs, eh? Pardon me. Okay, what are we saying here? Now 28 knots is pretty good. I don't use 40 that much. Now, this aircraft likes 140 knots and above. So if we add 5 to 137, we get 142, which is pretty close to the mark. And again, I like 28 knots, so 28 degree of flaps. So I'm doing my VREF 28, and it's going to be 137 plus 5. That's 142. That's pretty good. Yeah, Black Knight, you did. Alright, so next thing we need to do is have a look at our, it gives me something to do anyway until we hit top of descent. We're having a look at our ILS frequency, which is 108 .10, and cruise up courses into that runway 58 degrees up to here. And this is something I like about the MD2. You put all your frequencies for ILS for your approaches up here rather than down below the pedestal. So what have we got here? 108.1. And of course we said was going to be 58. There we go. Simple as that. Now this particular FMC does have fixes, but I must admit I'm so used to Zevo that this one doesn't sort of quite do what I can do in that. For example, if I hit fix, in the Zevo you put in the airfield ICO code, and then you can enter your ring distances. And I haven't been able to quite figure out how to do it in this, because that's something I do like in the to see the fixed rings in, so I know if I'm 20 nautical miles out, 10 or whatever it is. Never mind. So there we are. We're all set. And I'm coming up to my favourite waypoint. Well, not much more to do now except just to plod along. I'm still getting a lot of these errors for that YouTube is sort of flicking on and off, telling me there's not enough video to maintain smooth streaming. So I hope it's not too bad your end. It's like we're flying over some of the southernmost islands there. So we have a quick look, eh? Oh, yeah, I haven't quite finished, have I? I've got to go in and I've got to go in and have a look at our approach. So we had ILS 06 right. Where are you? Alright. The ILS we went for Y. So there's an 06 right Cat 2. I don't know what this temp business is. There's your Z's, Z's. ILS Z, ILS Z, Cat 2. So there's no Cat 3, but we've got an ILS Y Yankee runway 06 right, Cat 2. Don't know what that is. Alright, let's see what it says. Come on. Well, there's our ILS frequency and our course, so we're right. This will tell us also what our should tell us where our transition height is. Where is it? Blind. I'm probably looking at it. Here it is. They put it in little numbers, don't they? So TA is 14, 140,000. Okay, let's have a look. We've got our missed approach. Yep, that pretty well matches what we saw on that little nav map before. So it's going to be a climb to 4,000. If we're going to do a missed approach, we're going to do an follow the heading 058, which should be the, there it is. It's the airport heading, the runway heading. And we've got to do a flick over here to 3.5k in EVOR. Turn left in, climb inboard via the KC VOR radial 166 to intercept, proceed outboard via White Yankee Oscar Echo VOR radial 279 to Mako, etc, etc. Okay, so there we go, and here's our approach fixes, 4,000 all the way in. Yeah, Captain Peterkin, yeah, I don't know what the problem with the overlay is. You just can't change it. It seems like it's stuck on the 738. CJ put me onto this particular overlay, and there was a couple of things that was wrong with it that we were able to sort out. It's this crowd here. Fly live dashboard. See here? There's no way you can seem to change it. Everything else is okay. And see, here's our dispatch now. It's showing us we're just a bit over halfway now. And there's our weather. But I don't know whether that matches with Black Knights. Yeah, see, we Black Knight and Active Sky showing around 10076 or 6, and this is 1016. So I don't know where it gets that from. But yeah, that's a bit of a pain up there. Not quite sure how to fix that. It's probably up to this Fly Live crowd. I don't think anything in here helps me. Settings. See all this? Flight data. Unless there's something in here that I can find. Yeah, it doesn't seem to look like there's anything in there. I would assume that it should be able to identify the aircraft from looking into X-plane. The overlay. Oh, this is where you create your overlays. Here's your dashboard. So yeah, Captain Reynolds, welcome to the stream. Okay, getting back to our little thing here. What have we got? Here's our decision heights. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? It's Cat 2. That's 100 feet barrow. What are we up here? Got 100 feet barrow or 105. Oh, actually, that's the Cat 2, 100 feet. 105 on the barrow if you want to, or 100 feet radio. So I'll put in the 100. And on this particular aircraft, you do it here. But you don't have much to fiddle around with. You see that thing moving? They're 100. So I've only got to go one. Let's get in closer. I've only got to go one notch. So there it is. Set on 100. If I wanted to use radio on this fella, and I'll throw it in just for doubling up. It's that one. There it is up there. So there you go. That's set. I tell you what, Captain Reynolds, yeah, it's damn hard to keep up with it. I think yesterday I updated it. So you're trying to tell me there's another one? Yeah, thanks, Black Knight. That's OBS, yeah. Yeah, I get in the warning on it switches on and off. As long as you guys aren't seeing any real problems. So yeah, we're moving along quite nicely here. We're coming up to let's have a look. 150, 149 nautical miles top of descent. So that's set at 40. We're still heading to Mad Dog. And that's, oh, hang on, it's got to go to legs. That's 40 degrees, which I'll just adjust. Don't really suppose you have to do this, but I always take the view that if the autopilot or something just wants to take a fit, if you've got your heading set for where you're going, it's not going to do some giant turnaround on you. Well, theoretically anyway. So we've got that right. We know that we're going to be approaching at 4,000 feet. Final approach fix there looks at it's at 4,000. What do we got at what's our degree? Yeah, some holding points here. I don't think this aircraft does a hold. Let's have a look. You know, I've never used it. I'll tell you what, Captain Mills, I hope you get an idea. Usually I don't talk this much, but I figured if someone wanted to learn a little bit, I've tried to sort of go through the steps, so yeah, you might be able to pick up on how it all works. So while we're waiting there, they've still got a way to go top of descent, but yeah, a lot of this stuff up here, I just thought I'd mention. Engine sync's supposed to work, but look at all this. These are all your circuit breakers, but I don't think any of them work, so that's good. Because and this stuff up here too. Have a look at all this. I've worked out the fire check. That's okay, but all this stuff up here, there's not a lot in the manuals to tell you what it's all about. Maintenance, interphone. I mean, and all the ground services stuff. I don't know whether it works. To tell you the truth, I've never tried a lot of it. Well, that's obviously all your radios. You know, they've got the switches. I think they all, look at this. This one's on green, so it must be working. Or does it? No, it doesn't look like it. And then you've got cockpit voice recorder. Well, I don't know of any sim aircraft that has a cockpit voice recorder that works, unless you guys out there know. And all of this here too, look at all this. Flight director stuff. I'm not going to flick any of those switches, I just don't know what they do. And even some more over here. Now this obviously to your EFIS is both on or both on 2 or something. Engine sync, like I said, I know. That's the tests I did earlier. And they're for your alignment, obviously. What have we got here? We've got a standby computer light. And here's all your floodlights. I know some of these do work. A thunderstorm light. How about that? I've never tried it. This, of course, is your overhead lighting here. That works, and your panel lights. Attendant call. Nobody's turned up yet. PA. That doesn't work. There's all your stall tests here. I won't do that now. Maximum speed warning tests. Logo light for nighttime flying, of course. Here's your yaw damper and your Mac trim comp. You go figure. Over here, you've got the your generator, your right, left, and APU generator resets. Here's your buses. And these ones here, that's your main engine generators. They stay on. For some reason, Rotate decided to have them default on, so you don't have to flick them on after your engines have started like you do in the Zebo. Look at all this stuff. This is, you know, to show all your external power meters obviously don't work because we don't have external power up to it. But all these work. Your amps, your volts, your battery voltage, battery amperage, your APU. Well, it's not working now, of course, so shouldn't be showing anything. So you can leave it on there if you like. And of course, here's your APU, EGT, all your fire button discharges. Look at all this here. And the trouble is that Rotate, I don't think, give you all the information on all this stuff and how it works. Look at these emergency powers. So you imagine if you've got to learn all of that on top of learning how to go through the systems to start it up. I mean, wow. I know the wipers do work. So what's an Anim digital lights test? Air conditioning shut off override, ram air. I tell you what. I really should try and pick up a proper Mad Dog manual from somewhere just to satisfy myself. You've got your anti-ice here, so you've got your anti-fog for your windscreen, you've got your engine anti-ice, and then you've got your airfoil anti-ice. Now I assume that's supposed to stop ice forming on the leading edges of the wings, and that one, by the look of it, I don't know, it's just a push button. Do you push it down and hold it if you've got ice on the tail? Interesting stuff, actually. See how we're going. No, they haven't missed it, that's the main thing. Yeah, blue collar pilot. I would imagine that Dimitri, maybe, or the V1 Sim, he might, he probably would have a better clue as to what all that stuff up there means. I just, at this stage, I haven't sort of bothered to find out everything. And I just noticed that the OBS has gone back to green, so hopefully that's looking good. Get a little bit of lag there. This aircraft should operate a hell of a lot better when we get the beta. Sorry, yeah, the release, the proper release. I would imagine, what's it going to be called? 1.5, is it? And just go to have a look at Fantastic here. Yes, see, there's no. I'm not logged on, so I won't be showing up here. But yeah, this is where I'm due to head. It looks like probably some arrivals, but I'm not logged on, so it won't make a difference. But you can't. You can see there's no ATC on there. There's been a lot lately over around China. Well, there you go. There's Shantu's on, Shantou. There's been a bit on here lately, and a bit around South Korea. Otherwise, it's gone pretty quiet. Bangkok. And have a look down home way. What do we got here? That's Jakarta. Usually yeah, it's a little bit more lively down my neck of the woods. So Black Knight, you've got the 200. Oh, best of luck, mate. I've flown it a few times. It's one of those aircraft you really got to be in the mood for a few days, you know. And of course, loading up that Seaver, that's get one decimal wrong and it's all over the place. Just getting back to here, yeah. See, this is I live up here, there. So there's very rarely do you see ATC stretching up this far. But here's your Brisbane radar, and practically you'll nearly always find that Wollongong Centre that's Melbourne Centre, or Melbourne Wool, and Wool is short for Wollongong, which is uptown, and then you get this one here, which is Melbourne again, SNO, that stands for Snowy, Snowy Mountains. That's just the way they chose the names. But what you'll find is Sydney up here, anything from Sydney to Melbourne is covered by Melbourne. Anything north of Brisbane, Sydney, is covered all the way up by Brisbane. And I think Brisbane even extend even up to here. Not quite so. It'll get busy here tonight, my time, because you have the what we call the milk run every Monday night between Sydney and Melbourne and back. I've done it quite a few times, but gets a bit boring. So, and let's look at our situation here. How about 20? Let's. I'm getting lazy. I'm just going to put in the 4. This reminds me a lot. This method of putting things in reminds me a lot of IXCG. They're 737. Only this is a lot more easier. You can actually do that. But IXCG, you've got to drag it, and sometimes it's backwards and forwards, just to try and get it right. Now I believe that IXCG are going to fix that and go over more to this sort of idea, where a combination of drag or mouse wheel. HD, glad to see you, mate. Thanks for dropping in. You're just in time for type of descent into Kensai in Japan. We'll probably start, not yet, it's a bit too early. We'll probably start appearing on this arrival sometime. Let's just go here, have a look at our map again. Where are we? We disappeared. Oh no, there we are. Okay, HD, here's something for you. How about you translate all these names for me? I have no idea what they mean. But I guess we're going to come and fly up over here to here. should see that those throttles come back. Those three dots up the top, I don't know if any of you guys have got that plug-in. That's to show once your gear is down, they go green. I know it shows over here, but sometimes I like it in my face just to confirm the gear is up or down. Here we go. And throttles. That's my my ghost throttles. That's another plug-in. And you can see I'm matching the aircraft's throttles. So my throttles and air all the way back. That's almost like a copy from IXCG 300. They have those phantom throttles as well, if you remember. There's problems with my scenery, but that's normal. Okay, now our EPR, now that we're going down, our EPR goes to climb. Sounds silly, doesn't it? We're going down and it says climb, but obviously they didn't want to double up and have another button, I suppose. And here's the other buttons that I haven't had to use yet. That's obviously a go around. There's the flex that we did for takeoff. There's your cruise. There's your climb and descend. I'm not quite sure what the MCT stands for. That's takeoff. Whereas that's takeoff with flex. That's just takeoff. Brisbane Broncos? No. Townsville boys. In other words, Captain K, I better not mess this up, eh? Actually, would you believe I was helping Captain Florida a couple of days ago with his first crack at the MD-80, and he got a butter at minus 42 for his second landing. Geez, even I can't score sometimes with that. The best I did was minus 47, but he got a minus 42. And it was a beautiful landing he did. And I notice he's looks like he's going to do another flight in it in the next day or so. Okay, let's have a look here at our check things for our, where are you? What have we got here? Oh, here we go. Just checking the Q&H Black Knight, it says 1007. And Black Knight, if you want to do me a big favour, can you give me that in inches, please? 1007. And that's if you agree with Q&H. I need it for up top here. I'm too lazy to go converting it. Yeah, I've got to set the Q&H here in inches for landing. I'm also supposed to set the landing altitude, so let's have a look. It's probably going to be sea level. Yeah, look at that. Probably don't need to touch it. Oh, some lagging there. Stutters. Hopefully that Vulcan will get rid of the stutters. I may just put that to 0. Okay, let's have a look at our outside ice temperature. Okay, we can get rid of that. That means it's only 1 degrees out there, so we can turn those. Ooh, stutters. We can turn those off. Yeah, we've got to do our transponder mode to below. We can also get rid of the engine sync. And we'll get our passengers sitting down. Ding! How are we going? Flight. Transition altitude. Alright, seeing our direction in is going to be almost straight in. What we can do now is match our heading with our course in case we've got to do the ROAH missed approach. So we set 4,000. We're ascending at 2,000 feet a minute. We should be at 271 knots. And we're really travelling. We're doing 300. There's the arrow to say we should be at 2. Geez, I'm getting some studies there. So I'm not too worried that we're not on that just yet. We're still at 6,000 and above. But if we can come down to 240, I'll be a lot happier with that. Okay, we've got to go transition height now, so I'm flicking that over to 1007.
Altimeter setting.
Yes, thank you. I know you. I know. I knew you had to remind me. Thanks for that, Black Knight. Can you give me that Q&H in inches too? Only because of this overhead panel here. I got a converter, but I'm too lazy right now. Yeah, its speed's coming down a bit now, see that? It's matching up the 270. The bug's been set again here at 240 to match up the FMC. And these bugs are set for the approach. And remember our QNH, not our QNH, our VREF, I'm set at 142, which is there. See, pretty close. You can't move these bugs. You can in the IXCG, of course. So 10,000, okay, let's get up top here and, wrong one. Let's get some lights on, landing lights on. Okay, to get ready for it, we've got to go and put our ignition switches to both. We've got to flick our hydraulic transfer switches to on. I put it off, Black Knight, it's already off. Starter's continuous, you got me on that one. I got no continuous. Actually, that bloody start pump should be off. Don't need it. Thank you. What have we got here? Yep. No. That's oh, I know. There's an easy way to do this. I've already set 1007. Here we've got inches here on the right. 2974. Okay. Silly me. So we just go back to close enough to 297. I don't think you can go up any increments, can we? No. Okay, so that's set. Thank you. Let's have a look at our speed. Yeah, we're 257 still. Okay. Yeah, a little bit fast. That's okay. This ain't have a look at this. This is what I like. Speed limits. Gear down at 300. Slat extensions at 280. Full. All the slats, both slats all the way out 240. Flaps down 280. Can you believe it? If you're doing that in your Boeing, your 737s, and you'd rip everything off. But that's what this aircraft's noted for. Thank you, Black Knight. I picked that up from this altimeter. I forgot it does give you both settings. So if you get the hectopascals in here, it'll match the inches on there. Geez, we're going down. Whoa. I'll have to slow this baby down in a minute. What do we got? I think I'm just about ready to level off here. Geez, this got away from me. I think I might have to do a little bit of slowing down here. I think it really got away. So I can drop the flaps out now. Don't like doing this, but I'm going to. Okay, auto throttle doesn't like it. And I better get down here and arm this. I'm too high, aren't I? Look at this. Jeez, that caught me out. I'm way above the glide path. Let's have a look at this. How do we fix this? I don't think I can. I'm going to have to go around. What I'll do is, I think I might do a speed select and a slower down. Yeah, find it, guys. It looks like I've got to go around. Now, this is the first time I have to do this, but let's see what happens. Yeah, I messed that up, didn't I? Big time. Let's get our speed. Our speed's down to 220. Don't know what happened there. Well, I got my flap setting out. It's just slats out. Yeah. Oh no, that's flaps 11. Okay, let's see if she follows the missed approach. $4,000 should be on the heading. The heading 058. Yeah, there's the ILS flashing away. Now keep our speed at 220. We'll keep our flaps at 11. Yeah, I messed that up, Black Knight, didn't I? Ooh. Okay, we're following the missed approach. Yeah, it should go out there to that's waypoint Delta 159 Bravo. Now it looks like I'm going for a bit of a sightseeing trip. Sightseeing trip. Actually, this is my first missed approach in this aircraft since I've had it about 6 months. Now we should do a turn to the left. There we go. That's the first time I've hit that go around button too. Look at that. So it should maintain us at 4,000 feet. The speed we've got at 220. I'll leave it at that. We'll go out a bit. Let's see what heading we're on here. Going to Mako, that's 279. I'll run the course on this, I think, and see how far out we go. There's a holding point out there at Eurus. No, Furs. And we'll see if we can double back from there. Make sure there's nothing to hit on the way out. It's all pretty flat. Yeah, Black Knight, I got the 200 yet. I'm not sure if I got the Qantas. I know I do have the old TAA and Ansett ones. Okay, let's see what we can do here. It's going to go to a Kazi. Is it? Double check that. Does it go to a Kazi? No, it just goes to Mako and it goes to First. And to hold it first, which I won't do. I'll come back around, I think. Now, I'm not sure how to go into a holding pattern with this one yet. I haven't learned how to do it. Unless it'll do it by itself. We'll have a see what happens. Will it go into a pattern? She's behaving nicely, so make sure everything's right. I mean, at this stage I might arm the speed brakes. Don't think I'm going to be using them. Yeah, I'm curious. Will we go into a holding pattern? It's going to take us out a fair bit away from the runways, but I'm probably doing this as a bit of an exercise too to see whether this aircraft will go into a holding pattern. You should know what I might do is increase the bank angle, because that it looks like some tight turns there. Let's take it out to 30. Here we go. If it's going to work, it's going to work in a minute. Now I don't think you can. Can I go back? No, can't. Doesn't want to go back. Let's try taking it forward. That doesn't work. Only shows. What are we doing here? Here we go. So we're ending the hold now. So it should theoretically go ahead and go round and round. I won't do that. As long as it goes around here, I can cut out of the hold and just see if I can do a heading in. It's locked. Is it? Is it? What's it doing? Yeah, it comes back. Is it straight in? Is it entering the hold? Or is it? No, I think it's thrown it back over to me now. Yep, not quite sure how to do that. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's see if we can get ourselves out of this situation. Let's have a look, and I'm going to see what we got up here. See if we're showing up. Okay, we're going to probably try and get ourselves down a bit further out. We'll just keep going at this course. Let's see if we can bring ourselves back in here and line up here with Sami. It's 4.5. Then we can come into Alan, hopefully, and Janet on a heading. That'll probably mean a turn about 135. Now where's it going? Oh, yeah, it's off wandering around it by itself. Okay, let's set our heading at 135. And hit the heading button. Yeah, I know. It's going to bring us around. We stay on the 4000 because that's our approach into for the ILS. If we can't get that, we'll just go for a manual. Come on, straighten up. That's a girl. Might be slightly better for the 150. Let's maintain our altitude, that's the main thing. Maintain our 220 at this stage. Yeah, that runway heading was 58. So we've got to try and get it back around here. Let's have a look. I need a first officer, don't I? So we're on alt hold. You've got to bring it around soon to 08. What was it again? 58, 58. And see whether we can capture that ILS this time. Geez, I messed that up before. Don't know what happened there. So our airport should be over this way here. Got to cross over this first, I think, over to there. This is where ACT would have been handy, but anyway, it is what it is. Black Knight, I'm just having a quick look at the chat. Would you be interested in this old livery? Yeah, oh, Voldemort, how are you? Voldemort, I've been a little bit busy there to acknowledge everything. Yeah, Black Knight, yeah, Qantas. I'd have to look to see whether I've got it first. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do my turn in a minute, boys, so hopefully I won't mess it up again. Might just drop that speed a little bit now. What am I? 220. Let's just drop it back to 185. No, say 210. We can drop the speed very quickly on this aircraft and flaps down. Going to start the turn now. Let's see, 58. Okay. Keep it under control, Betty. Let's see if we can pick up the localizer in a minute. Otherwise we'll do a visual in. Anything showing up yet? There it is. Okay, I'll see if we can catch it this time, eh? Let's come down to 185. Don't want to miss it this time. And we'll drop another lot here. Let's have a look ahead, eh? If I can capture that localizer, I'll be right. She's a bit over here. Come on, come across. Coming down here now. Look, I'll hit the localizer and just see what happens. And I'll hit the ILS in a minute. See whether it'll bring me over laterally. Okay, let's activate that. See if we capture it. Come on down, that should show up here as an ILS. We might even, come on, grab it. Grab it. Come on, grab it. No, it's not going to do it. Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Okay. This is all visual. Let's mode autopilot. Drat that. Yes, I know. Let's get this lot down. Would like to see where I'm going. There we go. Should be the one on the right. I hope. Let's have a look. Is that it? Gonna have a quick squiz up the front. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I think I can see it now. I think that's it there. Just going to drop everything. I think that's the lights, pappy lights there.
Approaching 06 right.
Thank you. I'm glad you let me know that. I think I got it. Strange looking. Very odd looking airport. Is it to the right or is it straight ahead? I can't. That's it to the left. Very confusing for me.
Caution, taxiway.
Oh,
Caution,
good
taxiway.
one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Well, fellas, that's a mess. That is a mess, and I'm not going around.
Long landing.
Yeah,
long
I know,
landing.
I know.
9,000 feet remaining.
I'm fired. That was bad. I just couldn't see that damn thing. Yeah, that didn't go over so well, did it? It started off as a good flight, but I messed that approach up. I really didn't want to go around again. I don't even know how I got it down. Oh, brother. Oh, jeez. Oh, well, I just lost my job with Japan Airlines. I just couldn't see that goddamn bloody runway. I nearly did land on the taxiway. That would have been a story for everybody, wouldn't it? You reckon that was a good recovery, mate? Quite honestly, I'm a bit embarrassed with that. First thing I got to do is go out and buy myself another set of glasses, because I'll have a look later on the replay, but I couldn't see that damn runway in that scenery. I suppose it's a case of pick any one of these. Which one will we go for? Oh, there's a guy. Oh, shut up. Okay, sorry. Spoilers, okay. Tell me. Everything. This guy'll help me today. I need some help. I made sure I turned off the taxi lights so I didn't blind him. He'd get upset with me. Oh, look at that. He recognises me. Promise I won't run you down. I know I should have gone around the second time, but I've been I'll be in trouble in the home if I keep going. Come on, mate, help me out here. Thank you, sir. Whew. Gee, Captain Reynolds, you were optimistic with minus 145 after that. Dear crikey crumbs. Okay, I got to make sure everything is off on this little baby. What do we do? Go here and get him off. Flight directors can come off. Position lights, where are you? Oh, that just goes to there. And that one goes off. And transponder down to back over to standby here. I didn't arm the auto brake, by the way, so, but it pulled up in time with the reverses, so that's not a problem. And we've got to have this fellow off here. And put our APU on here. That stays on, these can come off. And let's say, I know that this can go off here, the HPP, we don't need that anymore. Fuel wells, fuel pumps, oh I know, hydraulic. That goes to low, that goes to low, these go to off. And we can cut the fuel. And somehow I don't think the air bridge is going to work. Nope. How about that? Okay, I suppose I really should embarrassingly show this. I'm embarrassed about it, but let's see what happens. Yeah, see, it was going 3 hours, I would have run out of time. Gee, look at that. Ooh, that's staggering. Okay. just going to look at that. Look, I couldn't pick it. It was there all along. But this different colour over here really threw me. See, it's there. You can see it now. I just couldn't see it. I thought for a minute, well, it was there, but that narrowness should have warned me that it what it was. So I was going over that way the first time. Yeah, look at the colour change there. What am I doing here outside? Let's have a look. Yeah, see, this when I thought I was not lined up. I went over the taxiway. Oh, jeez. Look at that, nearly made it. Whoops. Not there, buddy. Harrison Ford would be happy. Look at that, look, that's crazy. Now you can see the airport. This is what filled me, this colour. Look at that. Jeez. Oh, what did I get? Oh, anyway. Close to the centre line, didn't I? See, the airport looks good around there. Look at that. Look, even this is all pretty bad. Which light? Black night? Oh, look at that. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. That's, what are we going to do here? I'm going to try it 2 in. Oh, that was too fast. I'll just go back again. I'll try the 3, eh? Someone's saying, where's this guy going? Hello, you're not in line. What a forgiving aircraft, eh? Let's have a look. This is going to be interesting. Whoa. Holy cow. I don't know how the bloody hell I got that thing down. Okay, that's about it. Look, thanks everybody for watching that interesting landing at Kensai. I'd like to thank all you guys for dropping in. I'll just run through the list quickly and see if I do get everybody from the start. Flight Surgeon, Captain P. Congratulations also to you, mate, for that getting that computer. Captain Bombasso, Ry Williams, Blue Collar Pilot, thanks. Alan A. Captain Captain Berto, sorry, I always call you Alberto. Who else? Big D channel, we've got, going down the list here, we've got X-Plane dropped in and said hello. And still going down the list. Black Knight, thanks a lot, mate, for your help. Stay safe over there where you are. Captain Reynolds. Quite a long list. HD, gosh. Had quite a few visitors today. And I think that, oh, Voldemort. Captain Bombasso, did I mention you? Flight Surgeon thinks, nice recovery. Yeah, I'm glad you thought so. So that's it, Guy. Look, thanks again for watching the stream, and hopefully the next flight I have won't be quite so interesting at the end. So until next time, again, thanks to everybody for watching, and see you later.